The room fell silent. The Galactic Council, known for its stern demeanor and grave deliberations, had never witnessed an interruption quite like this. Representatives from over 100 species, each more bizarre and alien than the last, turned their collective gaze toward the source of the question. A human, David Harris, a representative from Earth, stood at the center of the grand chamber, a bemused smile on his face. His question had been simple yet utterly audacious. "Do you mind if I pet your dragon?" His words were directed at Counselor Zuru, a towering figure covered in iridescent scales, whose companion was none other than the apex predator of the galaxy, a Kathar. The Kathar, a white dragon-like creature the size of a human, was renowned for its ferocity and intelligence. It was said that no being had ever tamed a Kathar, let alone approached one without fear. Yet here was David, his hand outstretched as if inviting a neighborhood dog for a pat. Zaru's scales rippled in shades of green and blue, a clear sign of agitation. "Human, you jest," he hissed, his voice echoing through the chamber. "The Kathar are not pets. They are the pinnacle of evolution, hunters without equal. To suggest such a thing is an affront to their nature." David shrugged nonchalantly. "Well, I've always had a way with animals. Besides, how can we claim to understand each other if we don't even try?" The council members exchanged incredulous glances. Murmurs of disbelief spread like wildfire. Humans were known for their audacity, but this bordered on insanity. Zuru's Kathar, named Zephyr, watched the human with piercing blue eyes. The creature's body, sleek and muscular, tensed as David took a step closer. A low growl emanated from Zephyr's throat, a sound that had made many a warlord's blood run cold. Yet David remained undeterred. "Permission to approach?" David asked, his voice calm and steady. Zaru hesitated. This human was either incredibly brave or incredibly foolish. Perhaps both. The counselor's eyes narrowed as he considered the request. There was a lesson to be taught here, either in humility or in respect for the Cathar's power. He nodded slowly. "Very well, human. Approach, but do so at your own peril." David grinned and moved forward. The other council members leaned in, eager to witness the outcome. Some prepared to intervene, expecting bloodshed. But David seemed oblivious to the tension. He moved with a confidence that belied the danger. As he reached Zephyr, the creature's growl deepened. David paused, his hand still outstretched. He spoke softly, his words lost to all but the Kathar. Zephyr's eyes narrowed. For a moment, it seemed the dragon would strike. Then, inexplicably, the growl ceased. Zephyr's body relaxed, and the creature lowered its head. David's hand met Scales, and he gently stroked the Cathar's head. A collective gasp filled the chamber. Zaru's scales shimmered in confusion and a touch of astonishment. "Remarkable. How is this possible?" David looked up, still petting Zephyr. "I think it's about trust," he replied, "and maybe a bit of understanding. We humans might be new to the galactic scene, but we're not without our own strengths." Zaru stepped forward, studying the interaction closely. "You have done what no one else has dared, human. You have earned the respect of a Kathar. This is unprecedented." David chuckled. "Well, I'm just glad Zephyr likes me. I guess we're friends now, right, buddy?" Zephyr let out a low, rumbling sound that could almost be described as a purr. The chamber was filled with astonished silence. The implications of this moment were profound. If a human could bond with a Kathar, what else were they capable of? As the council murmured among themselves, Zaru raised a hand to silence them. "This day marks a new chapter in our understanding of humanity," he declared. "Let it be known that Earth is home to beings of remarkable courage and empathy. We have much to learn from them." David nodded in appreciation, but his attention remained on Zephyr. He had come to the council hoping to foster better relations between humans and the other species of the galaxy. This unexpected bond with Zephyr was a step beyond his wildest dreams. In the following days, the council subjected David and Zephyr to a series of trials to assess their bond and the potential for cross-species collaboration. The first trial took place in a controlled environment, a lush forest simulation within the Council's expansive headquarters. David and Zephyr were tasked with navigating a series of obstacles requiring cooperation and trust. They encountered hidden traps, sudden drops, and simulated predators. Each time, David relied on his instincts and Zephyr's keen senses to guide them. At one point, they came across a wide chasm with only a narrow, unstable bridge. David hesitated. "Zephyr, can you fly us across?" Zephyr flapped his wings experimentally, creating a small gust of wind. The bridge swayed ominously. David took a deep breath, then climbed onto Zephyr's back. With a powerful leap, Zephyr soared over the chasm, landing gracefully on the other side. David let out a relieved laugh. "Good job, buddy." The council members observed from a distance, their expressions a mix of fascination and admiration. Zaru nodded approvingly. They worked together as one. "This bond is stronger than we anticipated." The second trial tested their communication. Placed in a vast, echoing chamber with shifting walls and hidden passageways, they had to find an exit using only sound and light patterns. Through a combination of whistles, growls, and subtle movements, David and Zephyr deciphered the chamber's code, proving that their bond transcended mere companionship. The final trial was survival. Dropped into the desert planet AKO, they had to endure harsh conditions, locate food and water, and find an extraction point. Days passed as they braved sandstorms and scorching heat, their teamwork growing stronger. One night, as they rested under a rocky overhang, David looked at Zephyr with gratitude. "I couldn't have done this without you. You're not just a companion, you're a partner." When they returned, the council, once skeptical, welcomed them with admiration. Zaru stepped forward. "Human David and Zephyr, you have passed every trial with exceptional skill and unity. Your bond is a beacon of hope for the Galactic Council." David, weary but proud, nodded. "Thank you, Counselor Zaru. This is just the beginning. Together, we can achieve so much more." In recognition of their achievement, the Council established the Intergalactic Bonding Initiative, a program designed to foster similar connections across species. David and Zephyr traveled from world to world, demonstrating the power of understanding and trust. Over time, the galaxy changed. Old rivalries faded, alliances strengthened, and a new era of cooperation dawned. Years later, standing before the Galactic Council, David looked at Zephyr with a smile. "We did it, buddy. We really did it." Zephyr rumbled softly in agreement. And together, they watched as the galaxy they had helped unite continued to grow and thrive.